AG Industries was founded by a group of private investors and serial entrepreneurs with strong roots in business, technology and industry, gathering under the same organization a comprehensive network of established specialized companies and highly experienced professionals, developing one of the strongest engineering, technology and industrial organization in the European Community, Middle East, North Africa, and Gulf countries. Having extensive experience in financing, investing, planning, execution, development, and management in multiple industries, using proven processes and methodologies, AG Holding is successfully expanding its market presence. AG Industries and integrated companies are managed by a leading team of recognized industry professionals with more than 30 years of business experience, extensive knowledge and achievements in fodder, feed, biomass, biofuels processing and renewables. We have developed, manufactured, supplied, installed and managed several projects worldwide and a wide range of industrial equipments and solutions for dehydration, processing systems, recycling and waste-to-energy plants. Our extensive expertise allows us to supply our valued customers and partners innovative proven technologies and solutions for industrial processing of a large variety of waste, wood, straw, grass, husks, fuel crops, agricultural products, animal and compound feed. With years of process knowledge and know-how, we are supplying reliable equipment, services and parts for debarking, chipping, grinding, dehydration, heat recovery, bulk transport, process control, mixed bulk sorting, dry bulk treatment, organic bulk treatment, waste treatment and recycling. Key to controlling this process, and breaking this process down, is the debris roll screens. The re-roll screens are based on our tri-disc technology. The triangular disc shape proved to be a very remarkable performer. Screening technology is set very close to the front end of the facility. One of the first functions we perform is getting out the small fraction as soon as possible. Small fraction typically being organic grit, dirt, those kinds of things, and getting that isolated so we can handle it and process it separately, not to negatively impact everything else downstream. This disc is very scalable and performs very well. The key to the design: it inherently agitates the material. It's a very significant asset in the screening process to increase tons per hour per square foot of screen deck. It makes our equipment sizes very competitive and gives us a very high performance for the size machine that we can provide. Secondly, now with the tri-disc and the overlapping configuration that we have, the discs are in line so that materials can't drop down into the space between the disc and the opposing shaft. This provides a screen that has a very accurate opening rather than a scalping screen which has a nominal opening of 2 to 4 inches depending on how the material falls into the screening space. This screen creates a rectangular opening. It's the same opening throughout, it doesn't change, and now the disc screen has become a sizing device as opposed to just a general scalping device. We take the advantages of the disc screen into the process. Flat material, we call it 2D material, is being moved up the screen. The 3D material typically contains aluminum cans, those kinds of things are rolling back down the screen. The next thing that our tri-disc does for us, it separates by impact because of the tri-disc shape. It's like having lots of little hammers spinning around in there, and the hammers will strike, say, a flat PPT bottle, popping it up in the air. And the PPT bottle starts spinning. Once it's up and spinning, it takes on a 3D nature and can tumble back down the stream, and go where we want it to go, as opposed to being captured in the fiber stream and be simply carried along. That's something that only the tri-disc configuration can do. The adjustability of our screens comes into play here. There's a high degree of flexibility in our control systems. We can adjust angles from the control panel, adjust speeds, having a user-friendly interface as flexible to cope with different materials from season to season. We can set adjustments on the fly and still maintain a high level of efficiency. The performance that we put on display has given us the ability to manage this high volume of film plastic that you typically find in streams. Without that capability, this process becomes much more difficult, much more complex, and way more expensive. The single drum separator brings a unique characteristic to the air separation process and enhances what we can do with municipal solid waste. Making this separation between higher value recyclables and lower organic materials and inert materials is critical and very difficult, and to do that well you need a significant control over the airflow, properties of the materials, how best to get the heavy materials really fall away and the material that you want to recover to go into the light stream. It's just really a tremendous machine for doing what we are doing. Particularly in a very rugged and demanding environment, we can have rocks, stones, bones, you name it. This machine has a very high performance. It is very durable, does the same job with the greatest accuracy every day and is one of the most valuable assets in the separation process. The optical sorting process that we offer can provide a very distinct technology combining two things in particular. It provides individual scanning channels, as we are not trying to rely on a single sweeping technology to look from one side of the belt to the next and try to see all the product is on that belt. Even though those processes operate at high scanning rates, they can't compare to our ability to see what's coming down the belt based on our individual channel design. What we have developed is the ability to scan the material in flight, look at the material as it leaves the belt. That's part of our unique value proposition and makes it difficult to duplicate, as our software and the algorithms were developed to make this scan eject function happen. The program has to outthink and to outrace the container as it's flying through in milliseconds. The air at feet per second, and within a few milliseconds give the fire command to eject that product, and when we give the command to fire on that container and eject it. The ability to move thousands of objects per hour and do it consistently achieve high recovery volumes and high purities per batch. In this business, when you talk about the difference between a 97% rate or a 98% rate, those become big numbers. These machines move thousands of pieces per hour, thousands in the hour in a normal operating facility, and making a 1% difference in the recovery, making a 1% difference in the purity is something that you don't want to pass on. It is important to target organics because it represents such a high percentage of the stream, so you can reasonably address the municipal waste stream without dealing with organics. We are talking about maximizing the benefit to the environment, maximizing the benefit economically, and it's important that you pick up this organic portion, that you don't just look at that and say we'll just put that in the landfill. We truly did a world search and found what we regarded as best-in-class technology in the way of anaerobic digestion. Our company can bring this very highly advanced anaerobic digestion process to the marketplace. The anaerobic digestion process takes the material as we receive it from the process, allows us to extract methane to generate electricity or have it available in form of transportation fuel. When correctly sized, such systems can entirely absorb what available trucks can deliver. When we start talking about doing recycling, we hear the same conversations over and over again. What did you have when you started to introduce single-stream recycling? People are concerned about the contamination. They don't understand really the ability of the mechanical equipment and the process approach that we take to pull this material apart and salvage very high valuable commodities. We can convert trash into very high quality products, or energy, and really that's a function of the technology that we're deploying. Each community has its own model to collect wastes and recycle that haven't fully deployed their technologies and are looking for better encompassing solutions responding to painful needs lasting from decades. Where cities are demanding their government to be supported to recover the vast stream of waste, then the immediate thought should be about collecting, centralizing, and recycling, employing smart collection management, keeping transportation and man-labor's costs as low as possible. This cannot be achieved without technology, such as smart bins and intelligent routing across collection stops. OG process ultimately will be the collection system of the future. Finding a suitable site for a landfill can be complex. Landfill operators will work with regulators to be sure the new facility is located in the right place. Some places, like properties near wetlands, will be carefully evaluated for any environmental concerns. Impacts on nearby traffic will be analyzed. The site will also be evaluated to understand the land groundwater and surface water in the vicinity. Community feedback is important to consider, and meeting environmental and land use standards are a must. Once the site is approved by the regulator, the first step is to follow permit plans for sound construction. The second step is to secure the base of the landfill to provide a stable base for the liner. A two-phase composite liner is installed on the base and sides of the landfill. Leachate and natural occurrence when waste is in contact with water is collected through a system of drains, pumps, pipes and hoses that move leachate away from the landfill. The leachate collection system will act as an effective biological filter by removing excess moisture from the bottom of the landfill. A groundwater monitoring system is installed to ensure the landfill does not impact groundwater at the site. The monitoring system acts as an alert in case additional measures may be needed to protect neighboring properties. Groundwater quality is protected at all times. Access to the site is carefully controlled for safety, and waste is screened by appropriateness as required. The landfill is ready to receive waste that has not been recycled. OG Industries' municipal waste processing technologies can achieve up to 85% diversion, helping our customers achieve the environmental goals of not more than 15% fraction to landfill.